start? Say, come on, Bob, come and have a look at it.
Come on, Bob, come and have a look at it. I said that in a very stilted manner.
So, all right. So tell me all about it.
You're supposed to be looking at it, not filming it.
Oh, well, I'm filming it at the same time. I want you to tell me about it and what your plans are.
Well, I started off I'm interested in lying down figures because, as far as I understand it, historically, lying down figures in Western tradition are usually dead, and they're in churches or something. You can have lying down Buddhas because the Buddha apparently taught people to lie in every position of the body, which includes lying down. But I was thinking, in modern life we see people lying down a lot. We see people lying down on the beach, often with hardly any clothes on. Because I used to be a shiatsu practitioner, I used to see people lying down a lot. And you go to exercise classes and you see people lying down in exercise classes. A lying down figure has a lot of resonance for a person living in the 20th or 21st century, which I don't think it necessarily had previously, when people didn't do things like sunbathing and whatnot.
But what about the choice of pose? That's it's obviously very relaxed, and how would you?
You might see it as relaxed, or you might see it as exhausted, or you might see it as being in pain. I'm interested in the ambiguity of human expression of pleasure and pain. That you're not actually always sure what somebody is feeling, if the feeling is extreme. And that's why I chose the posture, because I thought for a woman that posture is often very closely associated with pleasure or pain, and you can make up your own story around it or draw on your own experience for what the meanings of that posture are.
Yes.
And then another aspect of it that started to speak to me as I was making it, because it's ceramic, and I was imagining, people in the future digging her up, because ceramic just lasts and lasts. So I thought I'd put some words from feminist history.
I wanted to ask you about the text, yes.
Well, the texts are mostly words of famous feminists, but there's a few words of feminists who I personally have known in my life on there as well. And also, beyond that, I suppose the belief or the understanding that women's ownership and ability to explore sexual pleasure is a very important part of their liberation and the liberation of all human beings. So I wanted to put some self-asserting things about women on it.
Very good. Before we finish, the subject closer to my heart perhaps is the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Can you tell me very briefly about your plans for the bees? You told us the bees.
For a long time I've been thinking a bee colony could possibly live inside this figure. I know that in the ancient world ceramic was a popular material for beehives. And the thing that was wonderful about it for them was that when they wanted to harvest the honey, they just smoked out the bees, put it over a flame so that the wax rose to the top and sealed it, and it was ready for shipping. And I thought, well, that would be a potential ceramic beehive, but I haven't worked out where and how I'm going to put it. Could she
house a viable colony then?
I think so. I think she's big enough. I think she's big enough, but I don't want to have to move the bees in and out of her. I'd like them to stay in there once they were in there.
Right, okay. So are you prepared to say where you might like to see her?
The meadow orchard, maybe.
Wonderful.
Or one of Bob's gardens.
Thank you very much.